Hi, I'm Aurora, and I'm presenting my project, Herrenamzouden, which translates to the occupation years, for the module The Art of Conflict. So the Art of Conflict was a module made about civil conflicts where we chose what conflict we wanted to focus on and then created an art piece based on that. I chose the conflict, which is the occupation of Iceland, which is when the US Army was stationed in Iceland from the years 1941 till 2008. They initially came here after the British invaded in 1940 to gain an advantage over the Germans in World War II, as Iceland was sort of a gateway between the US and Europe. Now, the main conflict was that some people in Iceland wanted the army to stay, while a lot of other people wanted them to leave. People that wanted them to stay were mainly thinking of the economic reasons. They looked at the army and saw economic potential. The army was creating job opportunities, building an airport. They were bringing over TV channels that Icelanders had never seen before, and it allowed for Iceland to create more alliances with countries that we might have not been able to talk to without this. The people that wanted them to leave were thinking more of Icelandic's independence and peace. So Iceland, right before the British invaded, we had just gained our independence back in a way from the Danish, even though they were still our head of state. So it felt like a big impeachment onto our freedom when the British invaded without our consent, of course, because that's what an invasion is. And also, since the army were doing training in our nature, and which caused a lot of damage to our nature with bombings and shots, that was another big factor for the people who wanted the army to leave, was that they wanted to protect the Icelandic nature, as well as Iceland is a very peaceful country. We've never had an army. We've never really been involved in a war. So we didn't want to be involved in this way. We didn't want to have an army. We didn't want that sort of war presence. So the art piece I created is a collage made from newspaper clippings that portrays the scene during the occupation years. It is of some of the army barracks, as well as soldiers, some of the people that wanted the army to stay, as well as protesters. In this photo, you might not be able to say some of the details because the art piece is quite large and some of the details blend quite well in with the background, but each person has their own head bubble, which showcases sort of the feelings of the situation for them and thought processes of what was going on. Yeah, thank you. If you want to look more at it, there will be some photos up.